Hey folks, welcome back to the Lone Pine Tarot, or if you're new here, of course, welcome to Lone Pine Tarot for the very first time. Thank you so much for joining me today for day 2 of Blossoms and Blessings Week 2025, and continuing with our spring theme, I was inspired by bees today. So, hence our topic, a sweet reward coming your way, thanks to your hard work. So, without further ado, let us pick our pile leaders. We're choosing with flowers today. Very fitting for the season and the theme. So let's choose our pile leaders. Okay, that one is for pile 1, I'm feeling. There's pile 2. And right here, we'll call for pile 3. So, pile 1 over here on the left, your flower to pick with today is Nasturtium with the tagline of Victory and Conquest. Nasturtium, okay. For pile 2 in the middle, your flower today is Hyacinth with Playfulness. And last but not least, of course, for our lovely pile 3 over here on the right, your flower today is the Dahlia with Dignity. There we go. So quick refresher, pile 1 is Nasturtium, pile 2 is Hyacinth, and pile 3 is Dahlia. Though, of course, you're always welcome to pause right now if you need more time to decide, as I always say. Whatever your method of choosing, maybe meditate on it for a second, maybe just go with your favorite flower overall. You can drop down to the description box below when you are ready, or the top pinned comment. Find the timestamp there with your pile and your flower, and after you click on it, I will see you in our little chat about the sweet reward coming your way based on the hard work that you've done so far. Toodaloo! Hello there, pile number 1. Welcome today to your pick a card reading about the sweet reward coming your way based on the hard work that you've done. As you recall, the pile leader you were drawn to was the Nasturtium with the tagline of Victory and Conquest. And to start the reading, I'll read the quote we have at the very bottom. It says, "He who controls others may be powerful, but he who has mastered himself is mightier still." That was from Lao Tzu. Okay, so I'm going to set this over here to the left to begin the reading. And first I want to draw some tarot and one of our oracle decks, actually. We're going to flip it up a little bit. So calling on all beings with the best of intentions for pile 1 today, their spirit guides, guardian angels, ancestors, please guide us to the right cards that will help us understand what rewards coming their way based on hard work that they've done. Who are they in this situation is the first question I want to ask. Feeling drawn to this one for you, pile 1. So from Elle Qui today, we're turned around. From Elle Qui today, we have She Who Stands, Valencia. The tagline is resolute, implacable, and determined. So pile 1 for sure right off the bat. This sweet reward coming your way is something that you have been really trying to stand up for. It's something that you've been seeking, I get the sense, for a while. And even, connecting your Valencia to your pile leader, meaning, Victory and Conquest, it's kind of a warrior vibe. Doesn't it feel like that, pile 1? I mean, not only do we have, victory, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think Lao Tzu was the one that wrote The Art of War. Feel free to correct me in the comments, or maybe I'll leave a little note by the pile timestamp. But, but getting back to Valencia, she's a warrior in and of herself. Maybe it almost even feels like you've been in a war of sorts, pile 1. Okay, she's holding a sword. She almost looks like a knight of some sort. She's even got like a breastplate. And I think a pauldron is what you call the piece of armor on a shoulder. And she's someone who does not stand down. She's someone who stands up. And she's like, I need to get this done. This is something that I deserve based on the work that I have put in. I'm determined. I'm ambitious. So whatever you have in your life right now, where you've been feeling almost kind of like a warrior standing up for yourself, pile 1, where you've been really determined to see it through, I think this is what Spirit is saying the reward is coming from, at least like what part of your life, okay? Because, you could be working very hard on multiple things, but especially where you felt like you've been almost kind of like a battered warrior having to stand up for yourself. I think that's really where this reward will lie. Okay, so let's also grab our tarot cards to get more of a glimpse into the situation at hand. So, Spirit, same thing. Can you give me a 5-card spread on this? Thank you. Two, 3, 4, and we'll take this one for 5. Let's grab even more details. So, first card is the Knight of Swords. Look at that sword again, pile 1. Okay, not only did you have the warrior vibe with your first 2 cards, and she's literally holding a sword in Valencia, you got the Knight of Swords too, which could it be an indication maybe that you are an air sign? Because swords is the air suit in tarot, but astrological correspondences aside, a Knight of Swords is someone who takes action based on their words, based on logic, based on thought. Very air-oriented, as I said. So it's something that I almost wonder if it's a problem you've kind of had to tackle with a logical mind. So maybe it's not so much a warrior. It's more like you've had to be a warrior in like a tactician type way, almost kind of thinking about this process like you would a game of chess or tactics on a battlefield. Things like that. And then we've got the Magician, okay, which does also have a sword, but it does have each element of the suit, or all 4 suits, I should say. So there's, the Pentacle, Wand, Sword, and the Cup. And the Magician is about trying to manifest something. It's trying to gather resources. Continuing the warrior metaphor, it's like trying to muster up all of our troops and our supplies before the battle, so to speak. So you've been really hard at work at something, pile 1. I can tell that for sure. And you've been very, very dedicated. So when the reward comes, you've definitely earned it. Then we have the High Priestess reversed as the heart of the matter. Now, this tells me, pile 1, that I think maybe what you're feeling right now, because this is like the present position, is you're not in tune with your intuition enough. That's usually what the High Priestess reversed means. And that can manifest in different ways. So let me grab the 4th card before I say for sure. But I almost wonder if you're kind of doubting because it's been taking so long. And then, yeah, we have the Hermit reversed. Okay, Hermit reversed is about needing to go within ourselves more. It's like, I think you're looking outside of yourself too much for metrics of success with this, instead of within yourself to see, well, how do I feel about how far I've come, rather than what are the tangible things that I have been, like tangible meters outside of myself by which to value the effort and my skill, things like that. And then the outcome is the 4 of Cups. Very interesting. It's something that you won't even realize, because the 4 of Cups, I mean, sometimes it can mean apathy, pile 1, but it can also sometimes mean there's something that we're not noticing. And I think if you tuned into your intuition more, like especially the High Priestess has been saying right now in the present position, but just going within more a little bit too, because of the Hermit reverse being right next to it, it wouldn't blindside you, this reward. But I think based on the path you're on right now, everything considered at this moment in time, it's going to blindside you, this reward. You're not going to expect it. Because, I mean, maybe even part of the issue has been, it seems like things are really bleak. Because once again, that warrior energy comes up for me intuitively for you, pile 1, where it's like, you're kind of battered, you're kind of bruised, you're like, I've been thinking and fighting so hard, like the warrior. I've been determined. But it's like, maybe your faith is shaking just a little bit of that doubt. But if you tuned in more to your intuition and told yourself, yes, I've been doing everything right. I've crossed all my T's, I've dotted all my I's. Then you would see the reward coming from a mile away. Okay. But right now, it's going to surprise you with that 4 of Cups. Because it's like, the traditional depiction of the 4 of Cups is someone looking at the 3 cups right in front of them and not noticing one that's being handed to them behind them. So that's kind of how I see this reward for you, pile 1. You're just going to turn around and be like, oh, okay. That's there. I didn't know that was there. happy surprise, right? But kind of comes out of the blue. So let's gain a little bit more of a glimpse into what the reward actually is, because I think that's probably what most of you are really wanting to answer. What is the reward itself? So let's grab some of our oracle decks we haven't used yet. So Spirit, could you please tell me what is the reward itself? Besides unexpected. We already know it's unexpected, but definitely this one. Oh, we've got a portrait one. Okay, the Tree of Illumination, number 7, Truth, Revelations, and Understanding. So the reward for you, pile 1, is a truth or a revelation of some sort. I almost wonder if you've been looking for knowledge in some way. Maybe that's why so much of this sword energy came out at the very beginning with the Knight of Swords, because of course we think of Airsuit as, you know, people that are very like knowledge seeking and intelligence driven, and like looking for things to be like discovered or to be known. Okay, so I think that's what it is. You're getting a truth. You're getting a revelation of some sort. Very interesting, pile 1. Let's see, I'm going to try to find the best place to put this. I don't want to cover too much. I'm going to maybe put this, I know this is awkward, but I'm going to make it landscape. Put that there. But we do still see the tree. So the Tree of Illumination, light, understanding of something. Okay. And then let's look at your Nature's Whispers. Actually, I'm going to fix that right now. Boom. Okay. A little bit of limited room, but that's okay. You can always rewind if you want to look at other cards again, but... You know, it's funny, too, because I just realized with the Hermit having come out, pile 1, the Hermit is also about illumination. So going within to find the light. And then you have number 24, be your best self always. What an interesting card for a reward. Be your best self always. You know, there is going to be a tangible reward, pile 1. But I almost think part of the reward is a realization, just like your Tree of Illumination talks about, of a revelation of some sort, that you were doing really well all along. I don't know if it's like you've been on a path of where you've been fearing a lot of judgment, like maybe, like say you're in a school right now, like college or getting a certification or something, and it's like, you know, you've been fearing, like, oh man, I feel like I've been not doing so well all along. Maybe I didn't get like the best grades that I wanted, but then it's like you get a realization of some sort that actually like you're doing a lot better than you think you have been. And the reason I say that is because with be your best self always, as a reward, what that tells me is it's like Spirit saying the reward isn't just this outside thing. It's also a gift within, which once again, we had a lot of that internal reflection with the High Priestess and the Hermit reversed, of needing to notice something more within. And the within gift is, I've actually been really skilled and talented all along, even when things seemed kind of bleak and I felt like things were never going to turn out. So really to summarize everything, and then I don't know what this is, they're a little fuzzy on the card. We'll get rid of that. Really what it is, if I had to summarize pile 1, is the gift of realization of the goodness or the skilledness of self, at least in terms of how you'll feel about it when the gift comes along. So I almost wonder, yeah, like if someone else comes along that is like an authority within the situation, like we'll go with the school example again, maybe a professor comes along and is like, hey, actually, pile 1, I think you've been doing really good at this. I actually have an internship opportunity for you, or I have, you know, a company that of someone that I know, like works there and they have a new position open. Like, I think you'd be a great fit for that role. Would you like to apply for it? It's something like that, pile 1. I know school might not apply to every single one of you, but it's something along those lines where it's a realization of, oh, I'm actually better at this than I thought I was. Something like that. Let's grab some more tarot cards, too, if they could describe the reward as well, just a bit more. But you've definitely earned it, pile 1. I'm seeing that, especially because of the Knight of Swords with the Magician at the very beginning. That's like nose to the grindstone energy. This is someone that has not been slacking whatsoever. So Spirit recognizes, as do I, the effort you've been putting into it. Don't get me wrong. So Spirit, could you tell me more about like the tangible reward as well, though? 3 cards maybe. And I wish my camera had smell-o-vision because that candle smells really good. It smells like citrus. Okay, 2 of Swords. So a choice of some sort. Yes, a choice. The King of Cups reversed. Okay, a choice where you've been... Something about emotions. We'll see what the 3rd card is before I say for sure. And then, look, hey, the bee popped out. Speaking of our inspiration for the reading today. The Knight of Pentacles reversed. So... I asked them, can you tell us what the tangible reward is? And they're saying there's something about not just it being a revelation of some sort, but it also leads to a choice that you're able to make, pile 1. And a choice surrounding... I almost feel like you're going to be able to speed up something, because that Knight of Pentacles reverse talks about... okay, so just a little bit of background. The Knight of Pentacles can talk about taking action in terms of career or finance. Yes, that is one interpretation. But what I'm hearing here is almost the secondary common interpretation of the Knight of Pentacles about the speed at which something occurs. And the Knight of Pentacles is always the slowest, but reversed, pile 1. It's like something speeding up faster. Maybe it feels like things have been kind of dragging, and that's why it's been knocking your confidence. Maybe that's why you've had to been like this really resolute, determined warrior energy, because you're like, oh man, it might be kind of drudgery. I feel like I've just been trudging through this muddy land, like my feet feel like molasses. I feel like things are going so slow, but then all of a sudden it's like something speeds up. And the King of Cups reversed too. In a traditional reading, when I didn't ask for explain, a reward or a blessing, that can mean a negative thing. But in a blessing reading, I almost read it as it's something in your life that's going to improve. And the something that in your life that's also going to improve from this reward is an area where you feel like your emotions have been almost kind of out of control, or maybe like they've been so based on a lot of that external validation that when this realization comes of your own skill, boom, that King of Cups turns right side up, pile 1. And a King of Cups upright is someone who is very like their emotions are a bit more stable. It's like things can't affect them as much. And also a King of Cups is someone who is very like emotionally mature about things. Not that you're not right now, pile 1, of course. Like, I'm not saying that you lack these qualities right now, but it's like after this reward comes along, that improves, especially if maybe you've been feeling kind of emotionally down lately. So I kind of mean that more in terms of like you've been maybe kind of depressed or sad about something not really coming to fruition yet. But then bam, the reward comes along, things speed up, you're able to take a choice of some sort that will improve your emotional well-being. Okay. So they're really focusing heavily on the internal benefits of this, pile 1. Because as much as like the outside reward is going to be great, and you are going to get that victory, I'm hearing, the internal reward is even greater from what I'm hearing. Okay. And once again, swords. I just realized that again, lots of swords. So pay attention to that too, pile 1, if you're looking for any like symbolic synchronicities in your life, especially regarding like the choice. Like maybe, say, we'll go with the professor example again. Maybe the professor says to you, hey, like one says to you, hey, I've got this particular job to be filled over here at a company that I know. And then like, it might even be like another one offers you like another path, or like there's another direction you've been thinking about. And it's like, well, now I have to choose between 2 different things. Okay. Because that's sometimes what the 2 of Swords is. It's like being kind of stuck between 2 decisions. So you actually might be spoiled for choice, pile 1, which, I mean, yes, it's a reward, but maybe it'll be kind of having to hem and haw a bit there, but that's a challenge for later. At least at this point, you're given the choice, and it makes things go a lot faster after what felt like drudgery for so dang long. Okay. I'm trying to see. And then, yes, and then the swords, like I said, look for synchronicities where, like maybe the choice to be made, there's something to do with maybe like the company logo has a sword in it, or it has like some kind of like warrior reference. Going with the business professor school example again, but it might be different for you depending on your situation, of course. Pile 1. I'm trying to see if there's any other synchronicities. No, swords just seem to be the one, especially because of your Valencia. So yeah, just to summarize, the reward pile 1 is greater internal confidence based on, it kind of seems like outside validation, a new understanding of some sort. And of course, you don't want to base all of your confidence on outside validation, but it is really nice to get it, especially if you felt like it's been kind of deprived from you for a long time, at least on the path that you're walking right now. It's going to come as a surprise. Remember the Four of Cups, not having not noticed something, and then you turn around and then bam, it's right there. Things are going to speed up. You're going to be given a choice of some sort, and you're going to come to a greater understanding and knowledge, okay? So that's how I would summarize your reward. Pretty short and sweet. Okay, you were good enough all along. Pile 1 is the last parting words I want to give you for today's reading. So yes, short and sweet. That was your reading for the sweet reward coming your way based on the very evident hard work that you've been putting in, obviously, so far. So I hope you liked the reading. I hope it helped. If so, please like and comment and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so yet. That just helps me a bit, which helps me provide readings for both you and others more in the future. And as is our tradition on Lone Pine Tarot, I wish you a wonderful rest of your day, Pile 1, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye. Hello there, pile number 2. Welcome today to your pick a card reading about a sweet reward coming your way based on hard work you've already put in. As you recall, your pile leader was Hyacinth with playfulness, and I'll read the quote at the very bottom here to begin the reading. It says, "Play is the royal road to childhood happiness and adult brilliance," by Joseph Chilton Pierce. So, set that off to the left to start, as we always do with our pile leaders. And actually today, I want to begin the reading with both an oracle card and our tarot cards. So, let's begin with Elle Qui today. Spirit, contacting all beings who have the highest, best interest in mind for pile 2, ancestors, guardian angels, spirit guides, etc. Can you tell me more about who they are in this situation with this reward coming? Thank you. Who are they in the situation? I think this one. And we have She Who Aches, Perpetua. Sadness, solitude, silent withdraw. Well, I can tell you right off the bat, pile 2. I get the sense that recently, maybe you've been going through kind of a hard time. Perpetua, as it says, she who aches, being sad, some solitude, being kind of silent, withdrawn. Even the scene here is very wintry, like it's kind of a place of stillness and a place of feeling a little frozen. Okay. So your reward today is something to do with the sadness that you've had recently, or something that you've been aching over. Okay, so we'll set this over here. And then, of course, your tarot cards will give us some more info. Yeah, I don't know if you've had like a heartbreak recently, pile 2. Like a heartbreak or some disappointment. Let's grab some more detail here, of course. Okay. So the very first card from tarot today. Yes, the Ace of Cups reversed. So that kind of confirms what I was thinking, pile 2. This reward is something to do with a disappointment you've had recently in terms of the heart. Okay? Because not only do you have kind of the heartbreaky feeling of Perpetua over here, like, she aches, there's sadness, there's being withdrawn. You have the Ace of Cups reversed as your inciting incident, as I like to call the first card of every tarot spread. And what that tells me, pile 2, the Ace of Cups reversed can mean a new relationship that seemed like it was blossoming and things kind of fell apart a little bit, or it can also just mean a broken relationship in general, no matter, how new it was, or it could also just mean a general sadness of some sort. It's kind of like feeling maybe even a little bit stagnant. Maybe even you are depressed in some way. Of course, my condolences if so, pile 2. That's never a fun place to be in. So it's something, it's like a wound of the heart. It's even telling that the otter here has the cup over its heart. And it looks even kind of red in it's like I think technically is that a plant Yeah, it's like a rose engraved in the cup. It almost looks like red, like it's wounded. So then we have the Knight of Cups and other cups. Yeah, and the Knight of Cups can often be a romantic related card or just relationships in general. Pile 2. Knight of Cups specifically is about, an inability to take action on our feelings or in relationships. Okay, maybe your advances were kind of, or your, like maybe you had romantic intentions towards somebody and you got like a rejection, or maybe you just went through a really harsh breakup with somebody, or it doesn't even necessarily have to be romance. Pile 2. I do read tarot platonically as well, so it could just be even like a friend that you had a bit of a falling out with recently, or it could be a family member, some relationship that means a lot to you. Okay. And then we've got the Fool at the very heart of the matter, okay, and also the Present. And the Fool, Pile 2, is starting anew. It's a new journey, okay. Now, we aren't at the outcome card yet, but I'm getting an intuitive sense that you might not necessarily get the relationship back. I'm not saying that you won't. But the Fool tells me that you're right on the cusp of maybe a new relationship, okay? Be it romantic, be it, maybe even the blossoming of another friendship in the space that the one that was broken left behind, okay? Things like that. Or it could just even be a new journey of self where maybe romance really isn't as much of a factor for just a short while, or, Because sometimes when we have a breakup or when we have a bit of a fallout with people, it hurts, it does, but at the same time, that opens up an avenue towards independence and new adventures where we get to learn about ourselves more instead of focusing so much on how do we fit in with this other puzzle piece. Does that kind of make sense, Pile 2? That's kind of what I'm getting intuitively off of your reading, but let's keep going at you. So yes, the Wheel of Fortune reversed. So it seems like, you might be still a little bit heartbroken for a while. It feels like there's something that it's hard to get over, and it's not like you have to get over it, right, Pile 2? Always take the time and the space to grieve when we lose people, but I do see a cusp of something new with the Fool at the heart of the matter. And then we've got the Seven of Wands reversed as the final card, the outcome, as I call it, with this particular spread. Oopsie, just adjusting in my chair here. Okay. So I think, Pile 2, the Seven of Wands reversed as the outcome it's almost like an indication of finally being able to put our defenses down. It's letting go of a defensiveness, of feeling wounded, especially because this creature right here, I've learned, is called a tardigrade, right? And they're very, very small creatures to my understanding. So we always think of them as like, oh, they're very vulnerable, right? Reverse, though, it's like there's no need to feel vulnerable. There's no need to feel, well, not that there's not a need to feel wounded, because like I said, always take time to grieve, Pile 2. Feel your emotions and process them. Don't stuff them down. Like, that's never healthy, but at the same time, it's like, I think this reward coming about is some new adventure that's bringing you to a place where you're able to overcome a bad turn of fortune with the relationship problem that occurred, and you don't feel wounded anymore. You don't feel like you have to put up your defenses anymore. That ache goes away, okay? And I know that's a little bit vague right now. We're going to grab some more details here in a second with your other cards. I'm just going to take a sip from my voice here with my drink as I grab the other deck. But yeah, so healing is on the way, Pile 2. And a lot of the hard work that you've been putting in, I can tell, is definitely a lot of heart heavy lifting. Okay. And Spirit is recognizing that. They see that with the Ace and the Knight of Cups reversed at the very beginning. But just because you closed one door doesn't mean another one won't open. Okay. And I'm seeing that with the Fool. It's a new door opening towards a place of healing from the wound there. And then we've got the Path of the Gods, number 2. Decisions, meetings, future plans. Pile 2, you know what this is? I bet you're going to meet somebody. Because look at it. It's it almost looks like two fey beings, right? Because they've got like the gossamer wings, but they're meeting together. And it's predestined. Like, it's supposed to happen because it says future plans and decisions, right? And especially when it says path of the gods, it almost feels like some sort of pre-fated thing, right? I think you're going to meet somebody new. And like I said before, it could be, you know, if it was a friend that you lost, or maybe you've been having some strife with, pile 2. It's either like you meet a new friend who fills in that gap of what was lost, or it's like a current friend that you have outside of the one that maybe you had a little bit of strife with, that this gives them room to have their relationship, friendship blossom with you. Or same thing too, if this is romantic, pile 2, it's meeting somebody who, had you not let go of the old energy, as sad and as heartbreaking as it might have been, you wouldn't have met this person who might even be a better fit for you than the first one was. Okay. It's that feeling of, it's hard to let go, but if you don't let go, you can't grab onto another, right? So that's what I'm saying, is it's like, I can be vulnerable again. I don't have to ache and be sad anymore. There's a meeting predestined coming my way. And with your pile leader, I didn't even talk about your pile leader yet, pile 2, but you have Hyacinth, playfulness. And it even looks like these two fae beings are kind of playing with each other. And I'll just read the quote again really quick. It says, "Play is a royal road to childhood happiness and adult brilliance." So it's almost like the nature of this person that you're going to be meeting is someone who almost indulges in, like, your inner child a bit more, and in and of, like, their own, I think, too, in and of themselves. And it's like you feel young with them. You feel ageless with them. You feel like, you know how easy it was to meet people and make friends as a kid? That's kind of what I'm feeling off of this person you're going to meet. It feels like it's just so easy. There's not a lot of that worry around what do they think about me, you know, and then vice versa, what you think about them, and then them worrying about that. There's no, like, it's just effortless. It feels easy. And I don't say that lightly, pile 2, because, you know, in my readings, if you've watched my channel before, you know, I don't sugarcoat and be like, oh, you're going to meet the love of your life, you know, blah, blah. And, you know, because this might just be a, you know, not that I'm not saying that a friend is worth less than a romantic partner. No. But I'm seeing this either as, like, it almost feels like soulmates to me, honestly. Be it platonic or romantic. I think that's your reward if you're going to meet someone very, very important to your life path. As a soulmate is, like I said, the common term we tend to use. But yeah, someone you don't have to be defensive with. Someone that you don't have to be. And I wonder if that's maybe why the first relationship or friendship kind of fell apart, pile 2. It's like you felt like you did have to defend yourself a lot, or it was hard to be vulnerable around them. Or it's like you were vulnerable and it, like, they turned away because they were afraid of vulnerability. Something like that. But this next person, pile 2, will not have any problems with that at all whatsoever. This feels like easy street compared to what happened before. So let's grab your Nature's Whispers. We have Contemplation, number 29. She's got a lion on her shoulder. Once again, gives me kind of a fae vibe because of she's almost got like butterfly wings even on her head too, but kind of like the fae beings in the Hidden Worlds Oracle over here. And contemplation, of course, means deeply thinking about something. But, you know, looking at the expression on her face, she almost looks hopeful. It's not a contemplation of, oh, what do I do now? It's a contemplation of, oh, this is new. This is something I haven't experienced before. Let's look at that a bit closer. Sorry, I'm going to just pull this off camera and look a bit closer to my face, pile 2 here. And then, too, there's lots of butterflies, and butterflies represent rebirth and transformation, just like the Fool does. And lions, too, means bravery, not feeling like you have to be defensive. What a beautiful reading, pile 2. And like I said, I don't say it often. You know, as a tarot reader, I don't, like I said, I'm not going to say every reading, oh, you're going to meet the love of your life. You're going to meet the love of your life. So this is a rare reading, pile 2. So I'm very excited for you. Because I get the feeling you're not going to be heart aching for long. So, okay. Very, very cool. Let's see if there's any other cards to look at closely. Make sure I didn't miss anything. I will pull some more cards because I also want to get, I'm kind of tying off the end of each reading with 3 tarot cards of just like a final word from Spirit on what's the reward itself. But that contemplation card, yeah. There's someone who makes you think a lot too. And not in like an anxious way, pile 2, of, you know, oh, I'm, like you don't have to like think a lot about like analyzing, oh, did they mean this or did they mean that? Like that part of the relationship or the friendship is easy. But there's someone who like stimulates you intellectually. That's a better way to put it. They're mentally stimulating people. Contemplation, okay. So Spirit, could you please give us 3 final cards? Can you explain the reward even more? Thank you. Maybe they are just a very smart person, too. So we have the 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords reversed, actually. And you know what that means, pile 2? That means deception is gone. Deception, go bye-bye. So I don't know if the relationship or the friendship you had before, part of the falling out was someone deceived you. But this person, the new one coming into your life, is going to be a very honest person. I'm getting the sense. Because the 7 of Swords person, reversed at least, is someone who's honest. They don't hide things. Let's also grab another card. We have the 2 of Cups reversed. Yes. So actually, 2 of Cups reversed, traditionally, if I wasn't reading this as asking Spirit, what's the blessing coming, right? Or the reward. A 2 of Cups reversed would mean like a disharmony in a relationship. But reading this, it's like, I get that soulmate vibe energy again. And especially because, like I said, it's a reward reading. It's like the energy that this is now where there's disharmony in relationships. It's like it's going to, I keep getting soulmate energy off of this pile too. Platonic or not, romantic or not. There's a soulmate coming. And like I said, I don't say that lightly. 2 of Cups, soulmate energy. Right. Okay, and then we've got, last but not least, the Ace of Swords reversed. I wonder if you've had past lives with them. And I know that's common with soulmates pile too, but... And I say that because the Ace of Swords typically represents something that's not a new idea. Or it can also mean like... sometimes it can mean like lacking an idea, but in a blessing reading, I would almost say like this is something that's not new. This is something that's comfortable and familiar, and I think that's why it's so easy to get along with this new person you're meeting, pile 2. It's like you've known each other for a long time already, which you probably, if you know you've had past lives together, well, yeah, duh, you've been together quite a lot, but it's just easy street. I'm not saying like you're never gonna have problems, because every relationship has speed bumps, right? But at the same time, you know, and I know they're reversed right now, but reading this is like blessing. I almost kind of just read it as I would upright. 2 of Cups, harmony in relationships, specifically Ace of Swords, is like something that's just, it feels like good old times. Yeah. So I'm really excited for you, pile 2. This looks like it's going to be a good friendship, or, like I said, even a romantic relationship might be in the cards here for you. Especially if, you know, whatever it was that you lost, you know, maybe a romantic partner, you had a breakup that was really bad, or maybe you lost a really good friend. The reward of the suffering that you've been through with that heartache, that wound, you're going to find something to replace it, and that will fulfill what you're looking for even better in this person. Okay. And also, you know, when we have soulmate energy come into a reading, like I'm seeing here, you also fulfill a really important role in that person's life as well. So it's not just a benefit to you, it's a benefit to this other person, pile 2. So I'm excited for both of you, actually. So when, in the near future, pile 2, if you get opportunities to meet new people, I know you might feel a little heartbroken right now, but please take the opportunity to meet new people if it's offered your way, or try to make those opportunities, okay? Because, like your Perpetua says, something with solitude, being silent, withdrawing. Maybe you've been kind of withdrawing from social situations lately because of this sadness, which is very understandable, pile 2. It's normal to withdraw when we're feeling a little achy and we need to lick our wounds a bit. But at the same time, I would be really, really sad if you miss this opportunity. Okay, so please accept social invitations where you can so that you do meet this person. Although with soulmate energy, if it's fated, it's going to happen no matter what. I mean, if there's a will, there's a way. And with soulmates, there's always a will. So I'm very excited for you, for this youthful feeling relationship, this relationship that feels like it's just old times, it's old hat. It's like you've known each other already. Okay. A new adventure with that Fool, remember. So, your beautiful reward today, pile 2, is a good connection after you lost one, is what I'm hearing. So, that's your reading for today. Pretty short and sweet. I hope you liked it. I hope it resonated with you, pile 2. And if you did enjoy the reading, please like the video, please comment down below, please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so yet. That just helps me a bit, which helps me provide more readings for both you and others in the future. And as is our tradition on Lone Pine Tarot, I wish you a wonderful rest of your day with lots of heart healing and, of course, the courage and the willingness to be open to new social situations and meeting new people in our lives, right? Things like that. And I hope to see you in the next reading, pile 2. Bye. Hello there, pile number 3. Welcome today to your pick a card reading about the sweet reward coming your way based on hard work that you've already put in. As you recall, your pile leader was the beautiful Dahlia with the keyword dignity. And to start the reading, I'll just read off the quote at the bottom. It says, "A wise man has dignity without pride. A fool has pride without dignity." And that was by Confucius. So, we'll set your pile leader over here to the left to begin. And let's start with, actually, Oracle. Just one Oracle deck today, to begin at least. And also some tarot. So, spirits and beings, ancestors, spirit guides, guardian angels of pile 3 today. For their highest, best, good, could you please help us tap into this particular message, the sweet reward coming their way, and specifically with this deck, what's their role in this situation? What have they been doing to earn it? Well, for sure this one wants to pop out. So we have Regina. And I think that means, it might be Latin for queen, but it says she who instigates leadership, provocation, and power. So pile 3, this reward coming about. So this card, like I said, represents you in the situation. You are someone that has brought it about through being a leader. You have been bringing about this reward through stepping into your power. Okay, it gives me almost Elsa from Frozen vibes, because I just think of, I think is there a line in Let It Go where she says, step into your power? Something like that. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I listened to Let It Go, but maybe it's the blonde hair, but it just reminds me of Elsa a little bit, of stepping into her power a little bit more. And of course she is a queen, right? So, queenly energy, being a leader. You've earned it because of the power that you've emanated. And even Dahlia, when it says dignity, right? We think of people that are regal as having a lot of dignity and not being prideful. So you've also carried yourself very well in the situation, pile 3. Of course, let's grab tarot cards, though, to get some more details. I want to get some more nitty-gritty here. So 5 cards spread, as we usually do, to understand more about what began all this, what's going on, and what's the outcome. Yes, there we go. We already got 2. So, 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and I'm feeling this one for 5 is the outcome. So, let's take a check. Number 1, we've got Strength reversed. Okay, you know what that tells me, pile 3? In the beginning, you lacked power when this all started. You lacked courage. You lacked confidence. Okay. Though, of course, as we see with your Regina, I don't think you're at that point right now. I think you are stepping into your power at least, but maybe you were kind of afraid to start this journey when it started out. You were a little bit hesitant. Maybe you thought you weren't good enough. Maybe you thought that you didn't deserve the role or the leadership power or something along those lines. But let's get more details. King of Pentacles reversed. It could have been something especially to do with your job or your career, pile 3. Pentacles tend to deal with our job and our career, especially the King of Pentacles. In reverse, it tells me that, maybe you felt too inexperienced for something, because it's kind of related to being next to the Strength card. Maybe that's what was kind of bringing your confidence down, bringing down your willpower. Could also have been a lack of resources that made you feel less confident, because a King of Pentacles reversed can mean a lack of money for things, okay? Or lack of tools at your disposal. Then we've got the Lovers reversed. Look at that. As the heart of the matter. And I think it might have even affected a relationship of some sort. But Lovers can also be, another traditional interpretation is a choice of some sort. In reversed, it's like either being stuck between two choices or having made the wrong choice, at least in the beginning. So you had a bit of a rocky start here, pile 3, I'm seeing. So I'm Spirit, and myself too as the tarot reader, I'm really recognizing you've had a really rough road so far. I mean, look at this. Ouch. Like, that is not a fun time. So I think a lot of the reward of what's coming is based on all of, I'm just going to say it blatantly, the suffering that you've been through, okay? Maybe relationships have been rocky with the Lovers, or there was like a choice that was made. It might not have been a choice that you made, pile 3. It might have been a choice made outside of yourself that you had no control over. Maybe that's why you were lacking resources, okay? Maybe that's why you lacked confidence, because of things happening outside of yourself. Say it is a career-related thing. Maybe someone at your job who had more authority made a really bad decision, and then you had to deal with the fallout of it, okay? But let's see what else we've got. We've got look at all these major arcana, too. And we've got Justice reversed, pile 3. Look at that. That does not look like a fun time. Justice reversed is something's been unfair to you. Okay, really unfair. Ouch. But then as the outcome, we've got another major arcana. We've got the Devil. Weird. Okay, so what an odd tarot reading. And I always say, those of you familiar with my channel know I'm going to already tell you, but for those of you who are new, I like to read a lot of major arcana because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 out of the 5. That this is a pivotal moment in your life right now. This almost feels like a life lesson related thing, something that was kind of predestined to happen because it's teaching you something important to why you came to Earth, is how I would, at least in my personal belief of spirituality. So, and the Devil as the outcome kind of looks negative on the surface, pile 3, but as a reward, it's like being able to rein in things, being able to control things. Because, typically the Devil is interpreted negatively. It means like, being kind of stuck or feeling like we're, kind of bound in some way. Like sometimes it can even mean like an addiction of some sort. Things that we're chained to, but it's like finally you're able to kind of chain things back. Like the outcome being in a blessing reading, like we're talking about right now with the Devil, it's like you're finally able to put a control out of like all the elements that are out of control. And I think that's that part where you step into your power. And interestingly too, I just noticed this, pile 3, your Regina has horns. It almost makes me think of almost like a kind of a devil-like character. I mean, and I know typically that's like a negative connotation in most cultures, but what I'm seeing though is this is a more positive interpretation of, especially because of Regina. It represents power in the good way, in taking your power back after all of this, I'll be blunt, this garbage has been going on, okay? The unfairness to you, maybe choices made out of your control, maybe instability, lack of resources, and feeling unconfident. Now you're moving into a period of, okay, I'm going to be confident. I'm going to take my power back. I'm going to be like a queen or a king, your preference, right? And I'm going to take that control back. It's one of the very few times I've seen the Devil as a very positive card. But I'm feeling off of this reading because, like I said, it's a reward reading. This is someone who takes their control back. This is someone who's holding the reins after having the reins been taken from them for so long. Okay. Let's get some more details, because this is quite an interesting reading today, pile 3. Everyone else was quite straightforward, but this is like, I almost want to say this gives me like vengeance type feeling vibes off of it. And I know typically like we think of revenge as like, oh, that's bad, right? But this is like karmic justice, pile 3. This is like someone really deserves something coming to them. And I don't say that lightly, but you've been put in such a bad position, I'm feeling here, that I do not blame you whatsoever. And I don't think the universe does either, for wanting a little bit of karma for what's been going on. So I think maybe even revenge is a little bit of the reward too. Let's see what your oracle cards say though. You know, and it's interesting. I'm sorry, I just noticed this too. There's even a serpent around the neck of Regina. Which, once again, we think of like the devil or like Lucifer, like the horns, the serpent, things like that. But in a positive way, not so much like the typical negative connotation, right? We've got the dolphin collar, number 15, pure, joyful friendships and loving help. I think you're also going to get outside help with this, pile 3. I don't know, like if the karma might just be like the universe helping you in some way, and like the universe is like the dolphin helping you. But also maybe some friends helping you. It's like someone finally realizes your struggle and comes forward and is like, hey, wait a minute. Pile 3 is getting walked all over. I need to help them stand in their power a little bit more and support them. Because another thing is like leadership is only as powerful as the people that respect that leadership. Okay. So if you've got a lot of people vouching for you, pile 3, a lot of friends that are on your side, that makes you all the more powerful in terms of your ability to withstand opposing forces that obviously have not been very nice to you, right? So I also think part of the reward here is allies in what's been going on. Let's grab your Nature's Whispers. Wait, I mean, you even got horns too in the Strength card with the antlers. You even have a horned owl, a great horned owl in the Justice card. A lot of horns. Oh, you know what? Even your King of Pentacles, I just realized. I should just look at all of them. You've got an ox. Okay. Or it could be a steer, I guess, technically. Horns. Horns everywhere. I don't know what this is. Okay. And then we have the potential gateway, number 50. So also another thing, pile 3, is this reward is a gateway to somewhere better. You know, and I always try to be at least somewhat, I don't want to say vague, but general, because these are general readings. And not everything might apply to everybody, and like everybody's situation is different with this pile 3, but just as an example, I want to say, like, say you're in, I even got unicorns again with the horns. Anyways, but just for an example, let's say you are at a job where you have been treated like, we'll be blunt, pure dookie. You've been treated like complete crap. It's been unfair to you. They haven't been giving you the resources you need. It's knocked down your confidence, your willpower. Maybe they're not even paying you very well. Maybe that's what the King of Pentacles reverse means too. And if I were to read this particular card spread for that situation, this gives me the feeling of somebody that leaves the company, gets an even better job, and either, like, the department or the company, like, fails afterwards. It's like getting their just karma for all of the sadness that they have wrought upon other people. Okay. Like I said, that might not exactly apply to you, pile 3. That might be, you know, maybe it's like a relationship-related thing for you instead of a job thing, but that's what I'm saying, where it's like stepping into your power and getting some karmic justice. That's what it feels like. And not only do you get your justice, you have people on your side. Or you will, at least at that point, and then as a potential gateway to somewhere better. All right. So even after all this suffering, pile 3, you're going someplace better in the end anyways. Okay. So that's also part of your reward is, I'm getting the heck out of this dump, I guess is one way to put it. Or, you know, let's blow this popsicle stand, because these cards don't talk about a very fun place. Okay, so please step into your power. Please don't be afraid to make a stand, make your willpower known, things like that. Please know that you have people that are supportive of you, even if you don't necessarily know it right now, pile 3. I think people have even noticed maybe you've been treated unfairly, okay? And that will rocket you through that gateway to someplace better. I mean, you've already earned it. But even so, if you step into that queenly energy, right? Or kingly. We'll use both. That helps you stand up for yourself faster and gets you through that gateway faster towards justice, to a place that pays you better or treats you better, gives you the resources you need, right? So that you can feel confident again, or, well, gain a little bit of the confidence, which will help you propel you even further, right? And, it's so interesting, too, having it start out with strength reversed and end in the devil. It really does feel like this is someone who got beat down and stands back up type energy. And you do it with dignity, too. Remember your pile leader, pile 3. A wise man has dignity without pride. A fool has pride without dignity. Okay. You're going to look even better than the other people involved that have not been supportive of you. You're going to look like pure class, and the people that have not been treating you very well are going to look like prideful fools. Okay. So, karmic justice is your reward. But let's also grab some other cards for every reading today. I just do a final 3 cards of explain the reward a little bit more. So, Spirit, if you could, please, 3 cards. What else is part of this reward? Besides the sweet, sweet taste of vengeance, right? And even her expression in this card, she looks kind of mad. Like, this is the person you do not mess with. Like, look at that face. Anyways, okay. We have the 5 of Cups reversed. Beautiful. 5 of Cups reversed is overcoming a sadness. Overcoming a loss. Look at that, pile 3. Beautiful. Okay, and then we have the Knight of Wands taking action on our ambitions. And we've got the Dolphin again. We have the Dolphin collar up here. I almost wonder if one of these allies helps you get out of this place. Maybe, say, we'll go with the job example again. Maybe they help, like they work at a different company and they help you get a position there, like through like networking, and they can vouch for you because they know your skills. But also, Knight of Wands in general is someone who takes action on their ambitions. Okay, this is good for especially career things, but in any case, anything that you're passionate about, you'll be able to take action on things that you actually care about, you're passionate about. And then we have this King of Swords reversed. And, normally that would be technically a negative card, right? Pile 3 because it's reversed. Or, I mean, not all reversals are bad, but reading this, though, because I asked, what's the reward? A King of Swords reversed in a positive way would almost be like silencing someone who has been speaking negatively. Because a King of Swords reversed can represent somebody who is sharp with their words. They're maybe not the most tactful with the way that they speak. I almost wonder if that's like the other person or other people involved that have been not treating you the best, okay? And you come out looking like that Knight of Wands of someone that can get things done with their ambitions, and they come out looking like a King of Swords reversed of, either an idiot, because sometimes a King of Swords reversed could be someone that's kind of dumb, right? Or like they act dumb. Or it can also be someone that's even harsh with their words. They just look like, well, I want to say one word that starts with a D, but I don't know if YouTube will let me. A douche. There we go. Use that one instead. So, you know what I meant, though. Probably pile 3. So please know that you're going to look like the better person at the end of this. Please know that your sadness is coming to an end with this, or your loss, you're grieving with the 5 of Cups reversed, all right? You're very supported. You're going to look like the dignified one. It's propelling you somewhere better. I know it's been hard because, like I said, this situation has not been fun, but you're getting your power back. You're going to better places, okay? And I think it might even be, if this specifically is like a job-related thing for you, pile 3, you might get a job where you do get a leadership position because of that, Regina. I know what we talked about earlier. Okay. Maybe it's even starting your own business, and it's a competing business to the one that you're at, and they fail and you succeed. Like, that's really the feeling I'm getting off of this. And it's not often in life that people get their just desserts, at least in their current incarnation, right? Pile 3. But this really feels like someone's going to get their just desserts, and it's going to taste real sweet. To you, at least. For them, it's going to taste like lemons. But if they hadn't been so mean and awful, then they wouldn't have had to taste lemons. So that's what they deserve. So wonderful reading. It's one of those readings that I love being able to be like, hey, yeah, you know that thing that person did, it was crappy? Yeah, they're going to pay for that. So that's always satisfying. Well, not just for you, pile 3, but also for me as the reader. I like karmic justice. It's good. So yeah, so that was your reading today, pile 3. To summarize, payback. Your reward is payback after having had a boot placed upon you for a long time. So I hope you liked that reading. I hope it resonated. If you did like it, please like the video itself. Please comment down below. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so yet. That just helps me a bit, which helps me provide readings for both you and others in the future. Helps the channel grow, supports our community, things like that. And as is our tradition on Lone Pine Tarot, I wish you a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope to see you in the next reading, pile 3. Bye.